Hey, hi, hello, my name is Mia Marie. I'm a Western tropical astrologer and I make videos about both astrology and tarot. So if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Today, I'm going to be talking about July's astrology and how it directly impacts you. Now, to begin with, the general energy. July is going to be a month of slowing down. If you follow other astrologers, I'm sure they've said the same thing. And the reason why is we have so many planets in retrograde. Now, when you hear retrograde or when you see it on social media, people like to put the emphasis on revisit, revise, restart, and all those things are true. The way that I like to think about it is when there are retrogrades, there are certain software updates that we have to download. And in order to do that, we have to pause our productivity. And if we attempt to interrupt the software update, it could fuck it up in one way or another. And the way that we're going to go about getting this software update is we're going to do the Cancer thing. We're going to pull back and observe. We're going to collect as much information about our environment and then contemplate, what do I want to do in response to what's happening around me? While there are multiple planets in retrograde, I will say that Venus is the life coach at this time and actually throughout the entire year. And what she does is she goes, okay, what do you value and why do you value it? You have a set of values and morals, I suspect. But are you living by them or is it just wishful thinking? And the way that you'll grow in your awareness as to where you stand with your relationship to your morals and values is you will have multiple opportunities where there is choice. There will be choices presented to you that reflect your past, your present, and your future. And it's up to you to see which one you gravitate towards or which one that you mindfully choose. And these kinds of conversations, these choices that we're being presented with are important because in the middle of July, we have the South Node sliding back through Libra. And that means that we are going to be called out aggressively for all the ways in which we are codependent or over-reliant on others to the point where we will willingly sacrifice our identity, our courage, and our authenticity to be a part of a group or to be in connection. No matter how fake and phony it is. So without further ado, let's see where this is happening for you. Aquarius Rising's home squad. We have Jupiter in the 4th and Sun in the 6th. This means that there's something happening in your home, private life that is positively impacting your health and overall well-being. You could be redecorating, you could have moved, you're just wanting to feel very comfy at home, or there's some kind of exchange happening that's making you feel better, healthier. On July 3rd, we have the full moon in Capricorn. I made a whole video about this if you would like to learn more, but it's happening in your 12th and 6th house, which means that you are focused on mental health. You are getting rid of all the which ways that you set yourself up for failure, any toxic, obsessive, or addictive patterns that you have, and the focus is more towards Cancer things. So creating a daily routine that makes you feel good above all else, that makes you feel full. So maybe you're focused on creating a new lifestyle, a new daily routine. You could be, Cancer is the creator, so you could be creating something privately behind closed doors, and it's taking up a lot of your time. But I see you moving from an abstract place mentally to being very concrete about what you want to see for yourself. The full moon is square the nodes though, so there is an emotional intensity that is driving you to make these lifestyle adjustments. There's some kind of pressure that you're putting on yourself or that your surroundings are putting on you, but it's positive. It's the type of pressure that transforms a rock into a diamond. July 1st through 9th, we have Venus and Mars in Leo conjunct, and that's your house of marriage, committed partnerships, and relationships, people that you trust. And so it feels like a really beautiful time where you are being bathed in love and appreciation and attention by your partner. This could also be a time where you're examining trust, maybe updating your relationship in some way, shape, and form, or uncovering all the ways in which your relationship isn't meeting your needs and values, but more on that later. With Mars being here, you can expect some dramatic, theatrical expressions from your partner or business partner. But with Venus, it softens the blow. It's like, oh, that's kind of cute, but it is problematic nonetheless. On July 10th, two things happen. The first is Mercury goes into Leo. So again, an emphasis on people we are in contract or relationship with. We have something to tell them. We have something to share, an observation that we've made. We want to sit down and talk about ways to do things better. And we expect that our ideas are going to be not only heard, but appreciated and even celebrated. At the same time, we have Mars going through the 8th, which is about shared resources, finances. And you also have Neptune still going through your 2nd, about to enter your 3rd. This can create a little bit of scarcity as it relates to your funds, money. So if money is just not coming in or there are unexpected bills, it just feels like there's tension when it comes to making ends meet. This is also a time where you might be enduring some kind of psychological or spiritual warfare. Mars in the 2nd could indicate like being very nitpicky or wanting your partner or person to be perfect or yourself. July 17th is a big day for everybody, and it's because it's the new moon. First, it's the new moon in Cancer opposite Pluto. So again, new moon, new bit. I feel like your vitality, everything feels recharged and rejuvenated. You're unburdening yourself from tasks and expectations that don't nourish your soul, but you are also filling yourself up with a sense of I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm grounded, and I'm connected to my body, which may be something new for an Aquarius rising, right? It's opposite Pluto though, so there is this emotional intensity that you're feeling, but you can't quite put your fingers on it. You just can't see it clearly or fully. So yeah, keep your feelers out. The nodes also slide into Aries and Libra, which triggers your 3rd and 9th house. If you consider yourself a philosopher of sorts or someone who is adventurous and a big picture thinker, this is going to be a time where you're pulling away from beliefs and you're starting to question those beliefs. But what do I think? Yes, I've collected all this data and information, but what is my personal perspective? Where is my flair on this philosophy? And so it's not going to be so much on finding answers to life. It's going to be coming up with questions that stimulate a sense of curiosity and adventure in a smaller way. You could also find that your perspective feels a little bit more selfish. You're focused on how things are impacting your specific perspective rather than wanting to be a teacher to the masses or to show up in the community in a large and measurable way. You will also be called out on the beliefs that you're holding that hold out hope where it's just unhealthy or unhelpful. And the nodes will be in Aries and Libra for quite some time. So you will be learning time and time again how you are codependent on a specific belief system. And that when you just fully submit your mind to dogmatic thinking, that you let yourself down in so many different ways because you're not really growing. I mean, you're digesting new information, but growth is actually applying it to your life and making the adjustments that you see fit. You have to practice your own philosophy. I digress. If you are also someone who is a degree or certification whore, I see you stepping away from that and recognizing like, oh, okay, I don't have to just keep collecting all of these degrees in order to be someone who is worthy of holding a microphone. You're going to pull the Kanye and like grab the microphone. Excuse me. We are still talking about July 17th. We also have Jupiter and Taurus square Mercury and Leo. This is the moment where our partners or people who we trust might be telling us something so sweet and we're like, give it to me. Yes, I love it. We're feeling big and expansive and excited. And it's not that these people are necessarily lying to us. It could also be a family member. It's not these people are trying to lie to us. It's just they are also feeling really big and larger than life, and they ultimately will not be able to follow through with whatever is communicated during this space. On July 22nd, the sun moves into Leo, and the sun loves being here because the sun wants to be seen and celebrated and appreciated. It wants to use the energy to bring life, and Leo characters are all about that. So again, we have a focus on partnership, commitment, marriage, contracts, meeting soulmates is what it can kind of feel like. And I'm not talking about like romantically, although that's not excluded, but this is just being in the right room with the right people to gain a larger perspective of the truth, right? You're holding one half of the truth. These people hold the other half of a much larger truth, and once together, you guys get the whole picture. Now, Venus also goes retrograde in Leo on this day. So this is when the milkshake is bringing the exes to the yard specifically for you. Everyone is going to be potentially subjected to people from the past, but this is hitting this is the home run for you. On July 26th, we hit the boiling point of this energy. This is when Venus retrograde is conjunct Mercury in your house of partnerships. So this is when you will become vulnerable to conversations with people from the past. You will have more of an open mind towards, you know, people wanting to settle unfinished business. Now, the reason why I don't see you necessarily doing this is because this is happening in your 7th house, which is the things that you are not. So you are the recipient of this energy. Now, please do acknowledge, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? Free will. But also this interaction only exists to help you detangle the emotional knots within yourself, or maybe even this might be a point to practice the boundaries that you have been working to create. And we end the month on July 30th with Jupiter in Taurus trine Mars in Virgo. And this is a moment where, like, yes, all of that hard work, all of that purification, all of that dedication on a day-to-day basis is finally paying off. We are reaping the benefits of what we've sowed. Okie dokie. Well, that's what I got for you. If you would like to work one-on-one with me to explore your birth chart or the energy for the rest of the year, relationship chart, I got you. You can find me at wellandrising.com/services. Toodles.